So after sleeping on it for a few hours and finishing about 3 industrial-sized bottles of Pepto-Bismol, I still would like to forget that game that we witnessed last night. That 133 to 132. That is just sitting in my craw for some reason. I don't know if I'll be able to erase it out of my memory. Maybe with some heavy-duty partying to just completely black it out and just erase it. I would love to. I just like to move on, okay? Look forward. Be cliche and take it a game at a time, as they say. But we are facing the Bucks tonight, 9:30 start out there in Milwaukee, so it's going to be on a little later. And just a couple key things I'd like to talk about. Ben Simmons is back. Tonight he is going to play. So that's going to be a huge upside for the Sixers. We get our point forward back. Embiid doesn't have to stress out about being the main focal point on the offense, having to do everything, so he can kind of sit back and do his own thing, get into his own groove. He doesn't have to worry about being offense and end of defensive force on both ends of the floor. Okay, but Milwaukee is a huge, tall task. You look at it. It's not Detroit. You look at what Detroit has. They have Ben Griffin. They've got Blake Griffin, okay? Very talented forward. But you come out to Milwaukee, you have a potential MVP in the Greek Freak. You've got Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Jonathan Brogdon. So they've got a really solid squad there. You know, they drafted the kid, the big Ragu, out of Villanova. So we'll get to see him play. But they are 3-0. They are an outstanding rebounding team. They shoot the three very well on the season. I think they're shooting about 40%. And their head coach, they got a new head coach. Okay, Jason Kidd was there a few years ago, if you guys remember. About second year in, he got fired. Everything wasn't working out too well. And then they had an interim coach. I forget his name, but they brought in Mike Budenholzer. Was with Atlanta for a long time. Rose that team up from the ashes. They were a mediocre doormat team for years. He brought them up, and then they were in the playoffs for about, I think, 7 years straight. Okay? He also comes from the Greg Popovich tree. So you're going to see a lot of the same stuff the Sixers run as well as the Spurs. Okay? They like to play great defense and rain a ton of threes. Milwaukee averages about 40 per game. They make about 16. So, again, they're like 39-40% on the season. They hold their opponents actually really well behind the arc to about 33%. Okay, and they only jack about 28. Well, they haven't seen the Brett Brown Sixers, okay, because we might average about 55 threes tonight. I'm hoping not. I hope we get it down low to Embiid, but we really have to figure out who's going to be able to stop the Greek Freak. Who's going to be on him? My thoughts is probably going to be Simmons, but if you put him on that end, okay, defensively, he's going to wear Simmons out, so he's not going to be effective on the offensive game. I would rather have Covington on him. I know, as crazy as that may seem, you're not going to be able to shut down the Greek Freak completely. You're going to be able to slow him down. So you throw Covington on him. You don't really have to worry about him losing his energy because he's not a big part of the offense, okay? He sits behind the three-point line. So I'd rather have him chase him all around, put Simmons on a guy like Chris Middleton. It's just they have a lot of options to go to, but I think our best bet is for Simmons to guard Chris Middleton, and rather than chasing the Greek Freak around. And then you're gonna have Fultz is gonna be on Bledsoe. So I want to see confidence shown in Brett Brown for Fultz to be able to do what he did last night. Now, it's going to be in a little different situation. He's going to have to kick over to the two guard, because his natural position when he was in high school and college was the point. Well, we already have our point forward, so they have to just, as ugly as he's looked first two games, or the first game and a half with Ben Simmons in there, not running the point, he's going to have to learn because he's going to be a true two guard in this league. But this is a team you can score on in Milwaukee. Okay, they don't play that great of a defense. They're good around the perimeter. They're a great perimeter defensive team. But like I said before, they're a great rebounding team. You've got Greek Freak averaging 27 points per game, 16 rebounds. Chris Middleton averages about 14 rebounds. He averages 24 points a game. Eric Bledsoe, 15 points. He gets 2 steals per game. but, you know, he likes getting to the passing lane. He likes to play a physical game. And I think that he might hurt Fultz with that because he's more a finesse player. He's going to welcome him into the league tonight because he's so physical. He likes to get to the line. Now, they are... you can take an opportunity and get to the foul line, especially I think we should take advantage of this because they're averaging about 22 at the stripe for the opposition for the Bucks. So if we can get up around there, they're a team that likes to foul, or fouls a lot, not likes to, but they foul a lot. They're letting opponents score 108 points. They're averaging about 120. So we can run and gun on this team up and down. You don't want to sit in a half-court offense, and we're going to fall into their hands. So we got to play our game, run up and down the court, have Ben Simmons kick it out, get a lot of transition baskets, but they're out-rebounding teams 54-40. So we need Embiid, Covington, Amir Johnson. They all have to block out, and they all have to go hard after the crash the boards because they've got big bodies in there, great reboundings, and the Greek Freak. They got Thon Maker. It's really well, Tony Snell, and they can make it rain from down there. Middleton shooting 65% on the season, and Eric Bledsoe is also proficient from behind the arc at 45%. So it's an Achilles heels of ours this season. So I really want to see them press, get up into their body, and not let them shoot at all because they make it rain with threes. And I don't want to see the same showing that we did last night with Brett Brown and just forcing the issue, having to want to build the lead really quick and just, you know, make it rain behind the arc. That is not our game. We want to get out in transition and then set up a little half-court offense, if you may, with Embiid, kick it down on the block and just overpower because Henson and Thon Maker cannot cover Joel Embiid because they're so scrawny. He's too big. So he could take him to the gym all day if he wants, if we have the right game plan. I'm just praying Brett learns from last night, from our mistakes. Because we shouldn't have lost last night. At worst, it should have been a tie game and we got on the 2 OTs. It didn't happen that way. And I just want to clear, I've seen a lot of comments that it was Covington's fault that Blake Griffin went to the line. It wasn't his fault at all. You know, Amir Johnson completely blew that assignment, and Covington was so late on the rotation that he didn't. Should he have fouled him harder? Sure. But how could he when he was late on the rotation? He didn't see him coming. It just happened so quick. So, you know, I'm really hard on Covington a lot of the times, but last night with that last foul, that had nothing to do with him. That was all Amir Johnson. But don't want to live in the past. 50-point game for Blake Griffin. He was a monster, and he exposed us. I just hope the game plan is different tonight. And we do have our quarterback back in Ben Simmons to run the offense. So we will have to see what happens. And I'm just praying that his back spasms don't act up. But I'm looking to see Fultz get a heavy-duty minutes tonight. And we're going to be keeping an eye on him all season, praying that we get Wilson Chandler back because he's going to add more physicality to this team, another shooter to go along with J.J. Redick as well. So we can make it rain on this team. They're 3-0. They're a good team. They also come from the Popovich tree, so they're almost going to mimic each other. But Budenholzer adds his own versatility to adds his own identity to the offense and into the team, which Brett Brown does not do. So I want to keep a close eye on that, and we'll have to see. But I think we can take them. I don't want to see Ben Simmons on the Greek Freak at all because he will wear us out. He will wear Ben Simmons out trying to chase him all around on the defensive end. Can't wait to let the Greek Freak to get 60 on us. I hope that doesn't happen, Philly. I don't want to see that at all. I after watching Blake Griffin go for 50, but you know, if Simmons was in that game, he more than likely would have been on Blake Griffin, and that wouldn't have happened. But I want to see a big game out of Sarge as well. And to get himself in the rhythm, he took 11 threes last night. 11 threes. That is unheard of for Dario Saric. So he's even changing his game. But to get him back in the rhythm, you know, take a couple easy twos. Nobody uses the backboard anymore either. Nobody uses the bank shot. Remember, Tim Duncan made his career off the backboard with that backboard elbow shot jumper. You know? So I want to see a little bit more of that. Get down on the block. Dario's great passing out of the post. You know, he's also like a little point forward as well. So we've got the right pieces in here. There's no reason we shouldn't be 3-1. You know, our asses got handed to us to the Celtics. That was ugly. But the rest of the games, it was close with Orlando, but we were able to gut it out, and then we turned things on with the Bulls. But this is a big boy team now. Team we're more than likely could see in the playoffs, battling for possibly a top 3 seed. Milwaukee's got it going on, and I think Antetokounmpo takes the next step this season as well. He's definitely possible for MVP this season. So far, I know it's still early. It's only been 3 games, but LeBron's definitely had to be in the discussion, but they're 0-3. The only way he gets MVP is if he takes that team and propels them into the playoffs, like a 5 seed or higher. Not just getting in there as an 8th or 7th, but that's a discussion. Another discussion for another time. But 9:30, guys, we're going to be tuning in. Bucks versus the Sixers. It's going to be a good matchup. Greek Freak versus Embiid and the Fresh Prince. He's back, baby. Let's get it going. Let's forget about that game last night. We're not going to live in the past. We're just going to keep moving forward. We have a championship to chase down, okay? We have an Eastern Conference to win. That is our goals. So let's not look towards that. But are we going to be talking mid-season? Possibly Jay Wright or any other coach? What's up, Mitch? How you doing? I'm assuming you're a Chicago fan. Seeing your tag. But this is a team we were going to be able to light it up. 108 points. They don't play that great a defense in transition. That's a big weakness. But blocking out is crucial. The second chance points have killed us all season, even in the games that we've won. There's been a lot of high energy from other teams where it's just been real lackadaisical. It's like Brett doesn't light a fire up under this team's ass. And I would like for that to happen. You've got Embiid, he's got all the... And he also got, he flopped last night with Drummond, but he got a warning. So I'm glad the NBA has instilled something for the flopping. A penalty. They have the Greek Freak on Dario is automatically 2 points. The Greek Freak, Dario won't be guarding the Greek Freak. And if Brett does do that, just fire him right then and there. Elton Brand has to have the brass balls to go out there and fire him if he leaves Dario Saric on Antetokounmpo tonight. He shouldn't have been on Blake Griffin last night. I don't know why it took Brett so long to figure out, that he was too slow-footed to even guard him. LeBron and Harden do that all the time. What's that? They do what? Philly. So, are we going to be able to break the record tonight then, too? Oh, flop. Oh, yeah, they all do it. I know. Everybody in the league does it because they look to it, and it's the NBA's fault for letting it happen. Players are going to take advantage of it. Why not? If it's going to get them an easy 2 or, get people ejected out of a game, the league let it happen, so it's their fault. There's just minor things that they have to do to change stuff. I like the new rule change with the shot clock only going to 14 after it hits the rim after an offensive rebound. But I'm getting off topic. I'm going to watch some World Series before this game come on. So look forward. 9:30. Let's get it done. Let's get this win. All right, guys. This is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. And I'll be doing a video after the Sixers game. Hopefully it's going to be a win and I'm not going to be ranting and screaming. I don't have the stomach for it. I'm running out of Pepto-Bismol. All right. Peace.